Imagine a remote island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, thousands of miles away from the nearest continent. On this isolated land, towering stone figures stand solemnly, their stoic faces gazing out over the vast ocean. These are the Moai of Easter Island, massive statues that have puzzled and fascinated the world for centuries. But who were the people who built these incredible monuments? How did they transport these massive stones across the island? And what happened to this once flourishing civilization? The answers to these questions remain one of history's greatest enigmas. The following images in this video have been altered and generated using AI technology. They are not exact replicas of historical events or people, but are used to provide a visual representation of what the events may have looked like. These images are intended solely for illustrative purposes, to help bring the story to life. Easter Island, known as Rapa Nui to its native inhabitants, was first discovered by European explorers on Easter Sunday in 1722, hence the name. Dutch navigator Jacob Roggeveen was the first to set eyes on this mysterious land. What he found was an island dotted with giant stone statues, some standing as tall as 30 feet and weighing up to 80 tons. These statues, known as Moai, were unlike anything the Europeans had ever seen. The island's population was small, and the people lived in apparent poverty, stark contrast to the grandeur of the statues they had built. The discovery of Easter Island immediately raised questions. Who built these statues, and why? And what had happened to the once great society that had created them? To understand the mystery of the Moai, we must go back to the origins of the Rapa Nui civilization. It is believed that the island was settled by Polynesian navigators around the 12th century. These early settlers brought with them the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in such an isolated environment. The Rapa Nui developed a complex society with a strong religious and political structure. Central to their culture were the Moai statues, which were believed to represent the spirits of their ancestors. The construction and erection of these statues were acts of immense religious and cultural significance. The Moai were carved from volcanic rock at a quarry called Rano Raraku, and then transported across the island to their final resting places, known as Ahu, which were ceremonial platforms. The process of carving, transporting, and erecting these statues was a monumental task, requiring the coordination and labor of many people. The Rapa Nui used a combination of wooden sledges, ropes, and human strength to move these massive stones across the island, a feat that still amazes engineers and archaeologists today. As the Rapa Nui civilization reached its peak, the island's population grew, and the demand for resources increased. The construction of Moai continued, with each clan competing to build larger and more impressive statues. However, this constant demand for resources began to take a toll on the island's fragile ecosystem. Deforestation became rampant as trees were cut down to make way for agriculture, to build homes, and to create the tools needed to move the Moai. Without trees to hold the soil in place, the island became increasingly barren, leading to a decline in food production. As resources dwindled, so too did the power of the island's leaders, who were unable to maintain control over the increasingly desperate population. Social unrest grew, and the once unified society began to fracture. The Moai, once symbols of reverence and power, became targets of anger and frustration. The islanders began toppling the statues, breaking the ties with their ancestors in a desperate attempt to find a solution to their problems. By the time European explorers arrived in the 18th century, the Rapa Nui civilization was in decline, and the island was a shadow of its former self. The story of Easter Island has fascinated historians and archaeologists for centuries, and many theories have been proposed to explain the rise and fall of the Rapa Nui civilization. One of the most widely accepted theories is that environmental degradation played a significant role in the civilization's decline. The overuse of resources, particularly the deforestation of the island, led to ecological collapse, and eventually, the collapse of society. However, some researchers have suggested alternative theories. Some believe that the arrival of European explorers introduced diseases to which the islanders had no immunity, contributing to the population's decline. Others point to the possibility of internal conflict and warfare, which may have exacerbated the island's problems. More recently, some scholars have argued that the narrative of ecological collapse may be overstated, and that the Rapa Nui people were more resilient than previously thought. Despite these theories, the true cause of the Rapa Nui civilization's decline remains a mystery. Today, the Moai statues stand as a testament to the ingenuity and creativity of the Rapa Nui people. The island has become a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting visitors from around the world who come to marvel at the statues and learn about the island's history. In recent years, efforts have been made to preserve the Moai and the cultural heritage of the Rapa Nui people. The descendants of the original settlers still live on the island, maintaining their language and traditions while also adapting to the modern world. The mystery of Easter Island continues to captivate the imagination of people everywhere. While much has been learned about the island's past, many questions remain unanswered. The story of the Moai is not just a tale of a lost civilization, but a reminder of the importance of sustainability and the fragile balance between human society and the environment. The enigma of Easter Island is a story that echoes through the ages, a tale of human achievement, resilience, and the consequences of our action. As we reflect on the rise and fall of the Rapa Nui civilization, let it serve as a reminder of the delicate balance we must maintain with our planet. If you found this journey into the mysteries of Easter Island intriguing, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more explorations into history's most fascinating stories. Until next time, remember, history is not just about the past, it's about what we can learn for the future.